Battle through the heavens, grand world. Chapter 214 Worry. Shish. Everyone was shocked when they heard Xiao Yan's voice. They all looked at the private room where Xiao Yan was. 8 million was called out without any hesitation. Even an emperor cultivation warrior wouldn't be so generous. Dong. Zhao Qingshan's face darkened. He threw a punch on the armrest, gritted his teeth, and gave up the bid. The fierceness in his eyes grew stronger and stronger. All right. When he heard Xiao Yan's bid, Yin Jushuan smiled faintly. The price of 8 million had exceeded his expectations. This way, even if there was something good in that leg bone, it could be offset. The old man on the scene was even more overjoyed. After asking a symbolic question, he knocked the wooden hammer and sold the hot potato at 2 times the original price. Hearing the sound of the wooden hammer falling, Xiao Yan felt relieved. No matter what, he had finally gotten the item. While the auction was still in full swing, Jade Fairy was bathing in an exquisite and elegant luxurious room inside the auction house. Behind the pink tent, a faint shadow could be seen from time to time. The sound of flowing water could be heard slowly. Jade Fairy was lying lazily in the basin. The seductive scene was enough to make any man angry. Outside the tent, a few pretty maids were fighting with each other. Their expressions were exceptionally respectful. In the entire room, only the sound of flowing water could be heard from the wooden basin. That Xiao Yan, how many things did he buy? After a long time, an extremely charming and languid voice sounded in the tent. Jade Fairy was lying in the basin. Her skin, which was exposed to the water, was as white as snow. Her jade neck was long and slender, and there were a few drops of water hanging from it. It added a bit of charm. Previously Yun sent news that Xiao Yan had already bought 2 pieces. One is the Heaven's Top Fist, and the other is the leg bone of the poisonous spirit explosive blood tiger. The total price is 10 million. A pretty young woman bowed and said respectfully. 10 million. Hee. Looks like it can be considered to be controlled. I originally thought that he would make a sky-high bid. Jade Fairy heard the sound of the water splashing and laughed a few times. Jade Fairy, who was in the basin, suddenly stood up and an alluring body came out from the basin through the tent. It was so soul-stirring. Hearing this voice, a few maids obediently opened the tent and walked in. With a quick glance, that jade body was breathtakingly beautiful. A few maids helped Jade Fairy change her clothes. The latter was like a lotus out of water, enchanting and beautiful. Oh right, do you have any new news about the auctions competition? Jade Fairy's eyes moved as she said softly. A girl who was changing the clothes of the former heard this and thought for a while before saying in a low voice, the youngest son of sect master Yin Jushuan seems to have just come out last night. Yin Kang. Jade Fairy was slightly shocked when she heard that and her eyebrows slightly wrinkled. For the first time, her pretty face that did not use any makeup revealed some seriousness. I heard that before he went into seclusion, with his peak of monarch spirit strength, he was able to kill an emperor. Now, half a year has passed. With his talent, he has definitely stepped into the emperor realm. I reckon that within the emperor realm, there is no one who can match him. Jade Fairy's pretty face seemed to be covered with a layer of ice. Her chest was also trembling due to anger. Her teeth lightly bit and Jade Fairy finally sighed helplessly. Although Xiao Yan was powerful, Yin Kang was not simple either. Furthermore, the latter's strength was much stronger than Xiao Yan's. This competition was going to be a little bad. Jade Fairy suddenly coughed violently when she thought of this. Some dark black patterns had strangely appeared on her smooth shoulders. A strange symbol was vaguely visible between her brows. A layer of black qi had already surged onto her pretty face. Elder sister. Seeing Jade Fairy's appearance, the few female servants were startled. The female who had spoken earlier hurriedly ran into the room. She took out a black medicine pill and fed it to Jade Fairy with great effort. Jade Fairy's red lips were purple after being surrounded by the black qi. Her pretty face was covered in sweat. After swallowing the black medicine pill, the black qi on her face slowly scattered. After a long time, Jade Fairy finally recovered and wiped away the sweat on her forehead. Jade Fairy looked at the black mark on her chest and her beautiful eyes flashed with endless anger. Yin Jushuan. Clenching her teeth, Jade Fairy was currently weak. She was supported onto the bed by a few maids and the female who took the medicine could not help but cry. Sister, your body has been getting worse and worse these days. The poison in your body has been acting up once every few days. What should we do if this continues? The others also secretly shed tears, not knowing what to do. Jade Fairy smiled and waved her hand. She said angrily and cautiously, "What are you all crying for?" Yin Jushuan said that he will agree to one of the conditions of the winner in this competition. At that time, Xiao Yan will win and obtain the White Yang Spirit Lotus. After refining the White Yang pill, he will be able to solve the problem. The girls looked at each other when they heard this. Then, they wiped away their tears happily. Although they had never seen Xiao Yan before, the person that Big Sister took a fancy to was definitely not bad. Seeing the girls smile again, Jade Fairy also smiled. However, her heart was shrouded in a layer of mist. With Xiao Yan's strength, could he defeat Yin Kang? Xiao Yan had the ability to withstand a single strike from the Monarch Emperor level expert, and Yin Kang was definitely not weak either. Furthermore, he was cultivating the profound Yin sect's ultimate technique, the Great Yin Spirit Arts. He also had many powerful monarch skill. It would be extremely difficult for Xiao Yan to win. She sighed slightly. Although Jade Fairy was still smiling, there was a deep worry in her beautiful eyes. In the main hall of auction, as precious items appeared one after another, the atmosphere of the scene became heated once again. Some rare treasures that Xiao Yan had never seen in the round beads Jade Fairy gave him also appeared one after another. Every item would attract a heated bidding war. The next item, to be honest, the profound Yin sect has yet to figure out what it is. Therefore, there is no starting price for this item. Everyone, you can bid for it yourselves. If no one wants it, we will bid for the Monarch Crystal as well. The old man chuckled and clapped his hands. A profound ore that was as tall as a person stood there quietly. The profound ore looked ordinary and ordinary. Although there were some cryptic and difficult to understand patterns carved on it, it didn't give off any special feeling. The instant the profound ore appeared, Xiao Yan was slightly stunned. After that, his expression became strange. This wasn't the first time he had seen this profound ore. At first, he had obtained this kind of ore that was the size of a fingernail in Black Sand Castle. After that, he had obtained the size of a fist in the underground tomb. Now, this profound ore was the size of a human. He pondered for a moment. Xiao Yan looked at the profound ore with a determined gaze. When he was in the underground tomb, the Emperor Cultivation Senior had placed this black mine in a brocade box, which fully explained its uniqueness, although he didn't know what it was. It shouldn't be an ordinary item. 100,000 monarch crystals. While everyone was silent, Xiao Yan bid directly. It wasn't high nor low, causing some people to frown slightly. They couldn't guess what this mysterious wealthy man was thinking. After Xiao Yan made the bid, no one in the hall made a sound. Zhao Qingshan pondered for a moment, then gave up on the idea of bidding. It was just an ore of unknown origin. Even Yin Jushuan from the profound Yin sect couldn't tell what it was. No one in the Zhao family knew that it would only be a pile of scrap metal even if they bought it. 120,000. On the ordinary seats, a slightly plump middle-aged man saw that no one was bidding. He tried to shout, but his eyes were fixed on the private room where Xiao Yan was. 130,000. Xiao Yan's tone did not change at all. He just increased the price by a very small amount and did not speak again. The middle-aged man hesitated for a moment, then shook his head and gave up. Seeing that no one else responded, the old man laughed lightly and did not say anything else. The small wooden hammer struck down and this profound ore, which was as tall as a person, was successfully auctioned off. Hi guys, please like, comment, share, and subscribe.